Hi guys, Ronda Winstead here with you. How are you? I hope that you are feeling good, that you are ready to spend a few minutes with me and relax, craft, drink a nice hot drink, whatever you'd like to do. Thank you for joining me. Okie day, okie day. Oh, that's a combination of okay and okie dokie. Don't ask me to spell it. All right, guys. So today is the 20th, and it is the 20th. I don't know that I will get this uploaded today. It may be shown tomorrow. Frost flower, number, or sentiment. So I really had to think about the frost flower thing. That was kind of like, okay, do I put glitter on a flower to make it look frosty? What do I do? Paint a little white snow, whatever. And then I thought, well, I'm going to Google it. I'm going to look it up and see what it is. Well, it's an actual thing. It's actually a flower. It's supposed to be extremely rare. Look at this, how it's growing on, looks like twigs. At least these pictures that I saw, and I just thought, that is so beautiful. Look at that. So, I'm going to use one or both of these. So that's the flower, and then we can go ahead and put that back. So I've got some words that we could use as well. Or I could also use sentiment. It also says numbers. So we could either stencil those on, or I've got some that I can glue on, or I could draw them. Or I could use some tags and use numbers, you know, those as well. So I've picked out a few that might work. Sorry about the messy hands. I'm continuing to do another video. I finished up 19, and that will be posted shortly. And so okay, so there we go. Okay, so I think the first thing that I want to do, and here I thought this would make a pretty background for a page. Or maybe not. I don't know. But first, I'm not really decorating with the autumn. You know, this kind of feels autumny to me. But at the same time, I want to capture it, but I'm not sure how best to do that. So let's just do a little bit of fussy cutting and see where we end up. See what we can do here, and hopefully this will work. Oh, this has been a good experience for me, you guys, really and truly. It's helped me to see that I can sort of fly by the seat of my pants occasionally. Not that that's where my comfort lies, but okay. So I see I like that already. It tones that down, and it makes it more of a, you know, to go in a Christmas journal. And I had never even heard of a frost flower. And I saw several different images, and they were different. It was interesting how some of them were, I don't know how they grow. I didn't read enough on it to be able to give you an informed anything about that process. But if you know and you would like to share with the class, please feel free to post that. That would be wonderful. I'd love to know. That's just, I mean, that's so beautiful. It's just white and light and airy. It's amazing. And then look with this, it's just like, wow, how does that grow? So that's kind of, I think that's kind of very cool. Kind of very cool. All right. So hubby and I, we went out and he dropped me off at Hobby Lobby while he went to find something next door at Walmart. And Hobby Lobby was, as you would expect this time of year, very crowded, very busy. And I did not even attempt to go into the Christmas section. That seemed to be where most people were at. So I just took my cart, acted like I knew what I was doing, and went down to the cake decorating supply aisle and was looking for, let's see, this is like a little offshoot or something. I don't know if I think I want to include that. So we won't. How about that? I don't want to include it, so I'm not gonna. And it took me a little while to find it, but I was looking for meringue powder to make the icing for the sugar cookie. We did this last year. We had a baking day with the kids and our granddaughter that live here, one of my sons and his wife and beautiful daughter. And it was fun, and we decorated a ton of sugar cookies and then put them on plates, you know how you do, and you give out as little Christmas gifties. And that was a lot of fun. So we were trying to do it again this year, but arranging our schedules was a little tougher. And I'm not liking this, really. So there we go. Hey, I just use whatever paper's handy for whatever, as long as it's not ruining the right side, then why not? Because I'm not going to use, the back. Well, I suppose I could if I wanted to, do something like make a booklet out of it or something like that. Okay, so buttons on your shirt. Yeah. Let's get our book out, our little journal out, and let's see. Let's take a look at the pages and see maybe where we can put this. Now, I know technically we're making ephemera, whatever, for, whether it's Christmas or woodland or flowers or whatever. But I'm taking advantage of doing this and making, adding it to my journal pages. I mean, why not, right? Okay. Well, this is a challenging little bugger, isn't it? This is a challenging little bugger. Okay. Now, we do have this page that I want to do something with. Let me see as I reach over here. Let's see about some other elements that we could use that could be kind of fun. That could work. Could trim that down a little bit and have room to put something up here, and maybe, an image or something here as well. Let's just take a peek, see what we've got. I also have this that has been you know, that you roll off your extra when you're doing jelly plate and different things. That might be kind of cool too. I kind of like these designs, you know, this in it, maybe this. Okay, we're getting a little somewhere. Let's go ahead and take this out, and we shall see what we can do over this way. Now I could bring it on the inside, and that would be kind of fabulous as well. Oh yeah. That's kind of nice. Do that. I could actually cover the whole. I could. Should we do that? Should we cover that whole thing? Okay, but I am going to have to go and press this down with my iron because that'll drive me nuts. I know I'm OCD, or I don't know what they call it, but where I'm really anal about certain things and very sloppy about others. It's just weird, right? Okay, hang on, guys. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this. Come on. I know this isn't in range way up here, but I'm bringing it down. It's a larger piece for a minute anyway. We shall, let's see, we'll just keep a pulling this, guys. You know what's really difficult for me to wrap my head around? You guys, today is the 20th. It's 4 days till Christmas Eve. Wow, that has just gone by super fast. Super fast. Okay. So now let's bring this right here, and we'll want a little bit of an edging. Not too terribly much, but some. Okay. We'll see how that rips. It really is nice to make papers ahead of time that, you know, painty papers, whatever you want to call them. I think it's great. Let's see, let's do, you know what, I think it's going to be easier this way. Okay, we'll put that on there. And we shall, trying to get everything out of the way. I am maneuvering in a small bit of space here. Or it feels like it when I've got the big ruler out, right? I normally use the smaller one. Okay, there's some more delicious, I guess, what are they calling stuff like this now? Fodder? Fodder? Hello, mother. Hello, fodder. Here I am at Camp Grenada. I think that's beautiful. I love that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. We will use a glue stick, and I'll use the back of one of these bigger papers. And this is thinner paper, so I want to be kind of careful about it. Don't want to tear it or anything of that nature. So, what I would be interested if you'd like to share. I mean, if you don't, that's perfectly fine. But do you have any special traditions or things that you specifically like to do for the Christmas holidays? And really, a tradition is just something that you've done for a while, you know. You do it maybe the first time and you have fun, and so you're just like, oh, well, let's do this again. Anyway, in my mind, that's all it is. And we have changed over the years with things that we have done, depending on how many kids, are at home and whatnot. Obviously, in my opinion, aside from the religious aspects of Christmas, which I love and am very grateful, for my Savior, but I also like the fun part. I don't have a problem with Santa Claus and that type of thing, because it is still giving. It's sharing and doing for loved ones and others and thinking of others. And so I think that's still a very good thing to do. So yeah, I don't get hung up on, oh well, you can't have Santa. It's that's sacrilegious or something like that. I'm just like, no, you can kids grow up with fairy tales and that type of thing. There is nothing wrong with believing in Santa. And some of my most magical memories that I can think of were, with the anticipation of Santa. I mean, it's such a short period of time that we believe in things like that, and there's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. So, yeah. Okay. Well, that's kind of cool. That just sort of took care of that, and you can see little shadows of that behind it, but, it fits now. So it makes sense in our journal. Okay, now let's see what we can do, maybe as far as bringing some of these elements in. Well, let's get this the right size. And I will use my smaller ruler for this. I love this tear ruler. I really do. It's wide. It holds it down nicely. You can see through it. It's got two edges. You can do the moderate or, more, depending on what you'd like that way. Okay. What if I... Oh, golly. Or do it this way. And want something up here. Just talking. I'm mumbling. I'm muttering. I kind of sort of like this on the pink, though. I kind of think that's cool. But we may need a little more, a little more fabric. Should we put a little bit of fabric there, my guys? My dear friends? Should we? Would we? Could we? We certainly can. And let's see, I think I would like this to go over if I do something like that, right? Let's see. I could also put lace Lace could be very beautiful there as well. Hang on just one sec. Let me grab. I'm still in the room. I'm just over on the other side, kind of pulling maybe a bit of lace for us to consider. Maybe we can just sort of audition a couple of these things. And you can tell me what you think. Oh, I wish you could. It's really hard when you guys make me make all these decisions without you. Although, if you yell, if you holler loud enough, I might be able to hear you. We never know. Let's try a couple of different things. Let's take that off and give this a try. It doesn't show up on the pink. It gives a sparkle to it, which could be nice, but it could be nice on. So we could do something like this. We could do this. Yada yada, something. Or I also have this really pretty lace. I don't remember if this came in some Happy Mail, or I honestly don't remember, but it's really quite beautiful. And if this was from one of my delicious subbies and you recognize it, give it a shout out. I love it. Okay, so what if I was to do something like that? The white on cream. And I also have this deliciousness. Let's see, which is the right side? I believe this side is. Let me take a peek. Yeah, this is the right side. Ooh, that's pretty, isn't it? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Beautiful. Now, maybe I'm going to need to take off just a tad bit so that this can, let's see. See, I kind of like having this little teeny bit of separation there. I think that looks really cool. So, let's do that. Let's just rip off this one little bit of sheet music. Let's see how that might work. Come on, come on. I like that. I do. I like that. And how much do I need to give it? I think that'll be fine. I think that's just, I like that. Okay. So, with that in mind, then let's see what this might look like. Okay, that's getting kind of beautiful now. Now let's see about adding some fun, cool layers. Okay, I'm liking this so far. All right, so this is coming together. I think that I want to edge around here, and because I've got the page underneath it is nice and pink, let's do the contrast. This is the vintage photo. And Tim Holtz things in Hobby Lobby today were 50%, 40%. Either 40 or 50% off. A lot of things in the store were 50%, and normally I would be like, I've got to peruse all of this. I've got to spend some time here. But today I just got the meringue powder, and then I hurried over to the embroidery. I was looking at some floss, some different things to add for my coming up in 2022 following Roxy's journal adventure. Roxy's journal. Anyway, the one, and I'm doing that in my Facebook group. She's such a sweetheart, and just, been really enjoying watching her and her sister's videos, and just really looking forward. And so I actually did find a couple of things. I don't know really what they are, but I want to show you. I got this embroidery floss, which almost looks like a chain stitch done here, but it's really cool. And it's sparkly, and it's almost $2 for one of these. So I thought, I only picked up 4. I thought I'd maybe give that a try, and then maybe we'll do some more later. But anyway, so that was my splurge, which, not too terribly bad. All right, let's get that cut, and we shall glue that down. Let's get our handy dandy Fabri-Tac. I really like this glue, and as you know, I really like to complain about how it comes out, and then sometimes how it gobs up, and when you open it again, you've got like this big blob at the top. But it is an excellent glue. It does a good job, and so, you just kind of deal with it. And I do try to what do I try to do? What do I try to do? I try to keep it down so that it won't bunch up too much, because every time it globs like that, then I'm losing a bit of glue. Does that make sense? So, okay. Well, let's get these just down, just nice and neat. Okay. It's coming along, my friends. So now let's go ahead and add this right here, and then we shall continue on and hopefully finish this up pretty quickly here. I am trying to get this posted today as well. I know that it seems like now I'm just behind, and I guess I'm just going to have to be okay with that, because there are other things that I also have to do. And part of that is, continue to prep for Christmas. Although most things are done. It's the cookie bake tomorrow. So that's taken a little bit of work, but I have to give kudos to my good husband, because he has, oops, that's upside down. He has made the sugar cookie dough, and that he's got 2 batches wrapped in plastic in the fridge to get chilled, so we can, the idea is to bake 1 batch, have the cookies all ready to decorate when the family gets over here, and then then the other batch can be, or dough ball can be rolled out and, cut and cooked and decorated and all that. Just wanted them in different phases so that people can do whatever it is that they want to do with them. All right, so there's that. Here's this. Do I want to... I think I kind of want to intertwine those guys a little bit. I kind of like that. Do you like that? Does that look... Should I edge that in pink? Should I? Well, let's try. Let's see if we like it. Worst case scenario, I can always print out another copy of these pictures. I just found them on the internet, you know, just typed in frost flower and then just found some images that I thought were beautiful. And I hope that you are all viewing Barbara and Luise's videos. They're so creative and so different. And I don't think either one of them is really a super fan of pink, although I must say, Luise, sweetheart, I think she's less of a fan. But she's awesome. They're both just really delightful. And I loved so much being on the podcast with them. It was such an honor to be able to do that. And I'm also just really thrilled because that's where a lot of you found me from. And so I also have to, well, I don't have to, but I love to thank Barbara for that as well. Okay, let's wrap that up. We'll move that aside. Now, sentiment or numbers. We could just, I don't know what we want to do here, guys. This is a part I'm a little bit, I'm not sure about. Let's go ahead and get our snowflower, get those down. Let's do that first. And then we will continue on the top here and see what else we might need to do. And I hope this video, I'm afraid it might be going way too long, which I do have a tendency to chat. I am a visitor. I love to visit. I love to spend time with you. And sometimes I just, I should just be quiet. But then, I have noticed when I watch videos, and I do actually watch a lot, since I've been doing the December daily, this Ephemera challenge of Luise and Barbara's, I have watched fewer videos because simply of time constraints that I just, I don't physically have the same amount of time if I'm trying to also create a bunch of videos to go out, to highlight. But I love watching others of you that create as well. And I get some amazing ideas from people also. But one of the things that I can't honestly say that I absolutely love, let's see, that's the inside, isn't it? Okay. Is when people do a video and they're quiet while they're doing everything. Now, I do get quiet, but for the most part, I'm trying to carry on a conversation with you, because I enjoy you being here and want you to know that I'm happy to be here. But the other reason is when I watch videos and it goes completely silent, it irritates me, because sometimes when I'm listening or watching to a video, I'll also be creating. And so sometimes my eyes are focused down on what I'm doing and not always looking up at the screen on the TV. And so when that happens, I'm like, where did they go? What, is it over? What? And I have to continue to constantly be looking at the screen, or I don't, I don't catch what's going on at all. And so, anyway, that's just, and that's, there again, that's not to criticize any particular anybody, anything like that. That's just one of the things that is just something I try to avoid as much as I can, because it's something that bothers me a little bit. And it isn't that I would unsubscribe to the few that I watch that do that. It's like, that's okay. But I have to just make sure that when I'm viewing their videos that I'm like right there front and center, and that I'm not being distracted by creating something. So that's the part that is kind of like, well, I sort of miss out. Okay, we have this. I'm just trying some different things, friends. And just to see what we might like to have go with this. And if you could see my desk, it's really messy. That's, slopping over into several parts. So I'm going to have to, after this video is done, I'm going to have to take some time and just kind of clean it up. I like that. I love that. Look at the layers. Layer on layer on layer. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4 layers. Love that. Love the layers. Oh my gosh. That just, that just did it for me. Okay. Now, do I want another layer under there? And if I do, it probably needs to be fabric. So, let me get behind me here again and take a look at some of my pinks and see what I might have that could go beneath there. Let's see if we've got something that would work. That would work. That would work. Okay, so I could tear and put this in here, thus and such. All right. Okay, so I'm going to go press this. I'm going to rip my fabric and fray it, get some of the edging on it that I love, and put it so that it's just a little frame around here. And I'll probably go ahead and glue that as well. And then I shall return. Okay, I am really loving this. Excuse me. Just need a sip of my water. Okay, so as you can see, I have glued the fabric and then the paper, and then I have stitched all the way around here. And of course, you don't have to stitch. You can just glue. And so I still have to do the number or sentiment. And this is what I have come up with. So first of all, I took a little part of my linen handkerchief that I've been cutting up to use this lace, and I frayed the edges. I'm going to put that right here. I think I'll glue that. And then I trimmed around a fun little bit of ephemera right here, a little image. We'll put that there. And then, and with love, this is a Stamperia. This is, I don't know, it may be 2 years ago. A digital, or no, this was a pad and scrapbooking kit that I ordered. But this will be the sentiment. And I'm going to put that there with love. And that will take care of this page. And I'm like, oh, this is gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, so let's go ahead and glue this down first. And we will just see what we will see. Let's just kind of, okay. And then we will do this. Where's a, okay. I know, I'm like, I should keep a certain paper underneath me to catch all of the goodies and that type of thing, but I oftentimes need my mat board with, you know, with stitching and cutting and that kind of thing. And so, yeah. Okay. Oh, yes. I'm loving this. And now this is just a little bit heavier. It's cardstock weight, and so I'm going to go ahead with this one and glue around with my art glitter glue. So you will notice this is not new, but just for those of you that maybe haven't followed me for a long time or that are new to my channel, first of all, welcome. I'm really happy to have you here. And okay, so let's, but I usually, if I could speak, I would say, I usually am using more than one type of glue for a project, and oftentimes I use all three of my Fabri-Tac, my glue stick, and art glitter glue. Those are the ones I use the most. And occasionally I will also have like scrapbooking double-sided tape. So I will do a number of those. Okay, guys, let me push that mess out of the way and let's see what we've got. All right. Oh, I think that's really pretty. Now, let's just pop it. Let's see, where had I put it? In here. I think right here is where I was putting this, I think. And of course, you know, I can move it around, obviously. But we've got this, and then right here, this is how this will go. Maybe. Oh, I think that's beautiful. Okay, I'm very happy with this. The frost flower, gorgeous. The sentiment, yeah. All right, this is it for number 20. Today is the 20th. That one. All right, guys, thank you for joining me. I love you, and I hope that you will have a wonderful rest of the morning, afternoon, evening, night, whenever it is that you're viewing this video. All right, till next video, have a fabulous day. Bye-bye now.